This is Gary from IT Zap Website Design Works. Today we have a page to add to the Little River Inn hotel website, and we have the details in a Word document here, and the new page is to promote a Christmas buffet lunch. We have the menu details here and also the price, which is $50 per adult, $25 per children. So apart from adding the details for this page, we'll also show you how to deal with those different price options. So the first thing we need to do is to log into the website administration panel, which you will have the link to that page in the Excel sheet that I gave you, along with your username and your password. So after logging into the administration panel, we click on the menu selection labeled Product Administration. And although it says products, you can easily add articles and news events in here as well, regardless whether they have a price or not. Click the List Products button, and that reveals all the pages that are currently on this website. Notice there are some filter bars up the top left here, which is you can display just the visible products or the article pages, the ones that are currently active. You can show the pages that are hidden and not used just at the moment, but generally you'd select search all and list those. Over here there is a drop down menu where you can select a particular category, such as pub events, news and photos, which is what we are concerned with in this example, and list products. It will just show the news articles that are there at the moment. So we need a new page, and to do that we just click on the new product button, and this is the new product screen, and there are 4 fields across the top which are marked with a red star to indicate that they are compulsory fields. Now the first one is called reference, which is a product ID, and that is in fact what will appear in the browser address bar, such as you can see on this page here. It is called history-little-river-in, which is something that the search engines will pick up on and they can understand. So we'll do a similar thing for this page. I think we'll call it Christmas, all in lowercase, you'll notice, dash, because we don't use any spaces in product names. Buffet lunch. Now we could put 2013, but I don't think we will, because after Christmas is over, we can disable this page by unchecking the display product box there, and come next year we can tick the box and perhaps just amend a few details and use it once again. Across the right hand side, the section button lists the menus that you have on the website, and we need to select the appropriate menu for this particular article, which is pub events, news and photos. The product name, I think we'll call this Christmas buffet lunch. You can use uppercase, lowercase, spaces, it doesn't matter here. We'll put the date in, Wednesday, 25 December, 2013. And come next year we can just change that. The price for the lunch is $50 for adults, and we will have to add some other options to alter that for children, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. Now the sell button is if you have the shopping cart activated, that activates your add to cart button, or you can hide it. In this particular case, the little river inn does not have the shopping cart enabled, so that has no effect. Display product, as I said before, uncheck that if you don't want the page to appear, or tick the box if you do want the page to appear. Wholesale price and list price are not relevant. The list price, we could put in $60, and then on the product page it would say normally $60, save $10. But we're not going to have that in this case, so we'll take that out. Product weight is irrelevant. And next we need to add a photo. Now, photos are optional, but it's always nice to have one, at least one good size photograph to attract attention to the page. And I have prepared a photo for this page, and it's called Christmas Buffet Lunch. That's the one there. And so we use the image manager to upload a small image and a large image. And just to explain what the difference is, in each menu category there is a link to the product page, which has a short description and a small preview photo. And if you right click on that in Firefox, you can select View Image Info, and that'll tell us that all the small photos are 200 pixels wide, which is what I generally use as a rule. And if we click on one of the detail pages, you get the larger photo, and again right click, view the image info, and that one is 600 pixels wide, which is not a bad size. You can go up to 700 pixels, but that's probably a bit bigger. And in some cases you may want to make it a little smaller, perhaps 500 pixels or 400. So that's up to you, but in this case I think we'll make the large photo 600 pixels wide. So we click on the large image box there with the 3 dots, and it brings up our upload image window, which we'll just have to resize that a bit so we can see the submit button. And we'll browse to select the photo that we want to use, which is Christmas Buffet Lunch, that one there. Click open, and you'll notice that the file name Christmas-Buffet-Lunch matches the product reference, and the reason for that is for Facebook integration. If tomorrow you ask me, can we have like buttons on our website? Well, I can activate those in a jiffy with a product image that is shared to Facebook along with the description of the page. So that's why I make the first photo the same as the product reference. So the large photo, as we said, will be 600 pixels wide, and if you want to change that, you just make it 5 if you like, but here I'll type 600. The small image, we can choose not to have one, but for the first photo you always do need it. So we click there, and yes, you can see 200 pixels. The suffix, it just adds the letters small onto the end of the file name to distinguish between the two different photos. Populate smaller image fields means yes, we do want you to put the file name into that box over here under the small image. And we press submit, and it uploads the photo from my computer to the website server, which won't take very long. Click close window, and you'll see that it's created 2 images, Christmas Buffet Lunch JPEG and a Christmas Buffet Lunch small, and they both go into the product images folder on the server. You don't have to worry about that, and we're done with the photo. Now I'll just save that page now, press the submit button, update successful, and we'll see what we have so far. So if I go to Pub Events, News and Photos, here we go. We've got Christmas Buffet Lunch as the page name with a photo and the price. Alright, so now we need a description of what's on offer for the buffet lunch. So I'll go back to the administration panel and we click modify. So we have a short description that appears on the summary page right here, and we also have a long description which will appear on the main detail page. So just referring to the web document or the Word document that I have here, I'll take a bit of text from there and we'll just begin typing the same as you do in Microsoft Word, and you'll notice that the toolbar is very similar. And if we click on the maximize button, we get the full set of buttons, the same as you see in Word. And we could say something like come and celebrate. Spell it right, and I'll just continue typing. And perhaps something like that will do. It can only be brief, a couple of lines like that, and the search engines pick up on those words and put them in your search results. So perhaps I'll take that opening sentence just by highlighting the whole lot, and I'll press Control C. And then in the long description page, we'll use the same thing, and I'll just Control V to paste all of that. Go to maximize view, and perhaps I'll change it a little bit. So there's some basic text that might do, and we can jazz that up a bit perhaps. I can click on buffet lunch menu and I can make that a heading. Now heading 1 is already the title of the product page, but we can use a heading 2 or a heading 3, and the idea is I've given you various color options there, so perhaps we'll make that a heading 3, perhaps a green. And then on these menu items I can highlight those 3 lines there and click on the bullet button, make that as a bulleted list. The pricing is all inclusive. The opening paragraph, we might make that bold, just highlight the whole lot of it and press the bold button. And bookings are essential, we'll make that bold as well. Highlight it and press bold. So that might be okay. Click the minimize button to exit out and we'll submit that. Update successful. And so now we'll have a look at what we have. Christmas buffet lunch, there it is. Short description, price, photo. Click on the photo. And there is our article. Now all we need to do now is to specify the price for children. And I'll show you that now using the product options feature. So we'll go back to the administration panel, and in the product admin menu you can see we have product options. I'll click on that and then I'll press list options, and we'll see the ones that are in there at the moment, and we've used a few of them for the caravan and camping prices, double rooms and family room prices. We could create a new option by clicking the button up here at the top right hand corner, but there are some that were entered in for the computer items that came with the software and are no longer used, so we'll modify this one here. And we'll just change the values in here. Now the option name will be Christmas lunch prices. I'll copy that and we'll paste that into the working name field, which just appears in the administration panel so that you know what it is. Now we can have a drop-down menu, a radio buttons, or multiple purchases. Well, I'll use the drop-down menu just to show you what that looks like. Force selection means make the visitor pick one or the other. We don't need it in this case. All we're doing is just displaying the different prices. Please select line, we don't need that either. Now we type in the option values, and the first one will be each adult, and the price difference from $50. Well, an adult is $50, so that will be 0. There is no price difference. And the second one is each child under 16, and they are, let me just check, $25. So in this price difference field, we select minus 25. So we subtract $25 off the 50. And the third option is each child under 4 is free, so we subtract $50 off that. These other ones, we don't need those anymore, so we'll just delete them. Same with that. Same with that and that. Now, the price we want to show by default is the adult price, so we click on that button there, right beside the first option, and we click Submit to save that. There it is, Christmas lunch prices. So if we go back to Product Admin and List Products, and we find our Christmas buffet lunch there, we modify it, and you'll notice the drop down box here labeled product options. We select one, we want one set of product options, and a little drop down box appears there, and we select out of that Christmas lunch prices. Alright, so we go down to the bottom and we click Submit. Now we'll go back to our detail page. We'll have a look at the short description first. And you can see the product option is there with the drop down menu. If you select each child under 4, the price disappears. Under 16 is $25. And on the product detail, the same. But I don't particularly like the drop down menu, and I will go into the product options, back to the administration panel, product options, list the options, modify the Christmas lunch prices, and we will change that from a drop down menu to radio buttons, and Submit. And we'll press F5 to refresh this page. And now it's easier for people to see the price differences. They just click on the radio buttons and the price changes accordingly. And the same on the summary page. And there we have it. That page is now completed. Perhaps we might change that just a little bit. So if I go back into Product Admin, List, and Modify, I might take this sentence, Control C to copy, press the delete button to delete that line, and Control V to paste that price line in there. This one we might make a heading. Perhaps we'll make that a heading 3 as well, to emphasize that. And the final sentence, we look forward to seeing you. Alright, so I'll just save those changes. Now the other thing is that you'll notice that the Christmas buffet lunch is appearing at the top of the list, and we don't really want that. If I view all pages, There it is, it's first at the very top of the list. Really, we'd like to keep the articles all together, and so we'll change the number. We can filter the list just for articles, pub events, news and photos rather. I'll list those, and we'll have this Dr. Mitchell Shield, who was the oldest, so that's 110. Melbourne Cup Day, I've left that there so you can use it again next year. We'll make this one number 108, and we'll update that. And we'll view all categories, and you'll see that alters the display order for that particular page, which appears after the post office article. Refresh to see, and it drops it down the list. And there we go, you've created the new article page for the Christmas buffet lunch. Thanks for watching, and I hope that helps.